Warning, this video contains graphic images of guitar techniques including strumming, hammering, and sweep picking, and contains material that may be confusing if you have not watched Sweep the Lick Part 1. Viewer discretion is advised. Meanwhile, back at the ranch.
Hi, Dan Nobles here again with part 2 of our lesson on sweep picking. At the last lesson, we approached the subject of sweep picking with some smaller sweeps based on a chord progression in D minor. If you haven't seen that yet, go ahead and watch that now. I think it'll help set you up for what we're going to do in this lesson. For this lesson, we're going to do the big versions of the sweeps based on the same chord progression in D minor. Now, the funny thing about these sweeps is that I personally find them easier to play. They're bigger, they have more notes in them, but there's something about the way they roll off the fingers that makes them more approachable for me, and I hope you'll find the same thing is true for you. So let's get into it. It's based on the same chord progression: C, D minor, A, D minor, and then it repeats. So what we're going to do with this one is we're just going to do bigger sweep versions of the same chords based on the same progression. So I've got my C chord up here. I'm going to start with a G note and I'm going to play it in reverse order. G, E, C, G, E, C, G, E. And I would very highly recommend that you adopt exactly the same fingering that I'm using here. There's a lot of different ways that you could possibly do this. And I'm a big believer in the fact that you can use any fingering that you want. If you practice anything enough, you're going to be able to do it. But save yourself some trouble and just go ahead and adopt this one at the outset. I think you'll find it's very intuitive and it's going to be a lot easier for you in the long run. So here I'm using my pinky, then my first, then my middle, and so on. And then I move back to my D minor chord here, and I'm going to be playing the notes D, F, A, and just repeating those. D, F, A, D, F, A, D, F. And then for the A chord now, I move my pinky back and I play this A note, and I'm going to play the notes E, C sharp, and A, and just repeat those in this descending order. You'll notice it has exactly the same fingering and the same basic shape as the C chord. I've just taken that C chord that we started with and moved it back 3 frets. It's identical in every way. The notes are different because we're on different frets, but the shape and the fingering is exactly the same. Now we're going to move back up to our D minor chord, and we're going to ascend it just like we did before, D, F, A. And now let's start over. So we're going to play a C chord, starting on this G note, then the D minor chord, then the A chord, and then let's repeat that A chord. We're going to jump way back here to this A, and I'm going to play still A, C sharp, and E. This is a new fingering and a new shape fret-wise, and it looks like this: A, C sharp, E, then A, C sharp, E, A, C sharp. For those of you that know this bar chord for A, you'll notice that that's essentially what it is. We've just added a C sharp note here and here. And if you look at that, you'll have this sweep. Right? And then we're just going to resolve to a D note. So when we speed that up, it sounds like this. I hope this helps you develop your musical ideas. And until I see you again, remember that you can play anything. Thanks for watching.